Alex, is a greater attempt to marginalize. I'm a staff reporter for WorldNet Daily. We're continuing to write about this all the time. But again, the marginalization. You take a look at the extent to which, the New York Times, the Washington Post, even the major networks, including Fox, moving more to the left. There's an attempt to block out anybody who's going to criticize globalism, anybody who's going to say the bankers are behind this. And again, as I point out, don't miss the banking connection. The riots in the streets today in Tehran over the embassy being taken over in Great Britain is about banking. It's about the fact that the central banks are trying to put discipline on Iran's central bank, and Iran realizes that's going to cause depression in Iran.
Well, we're going to break here in a minute, but, look at it today. New York Times likens Tea Party to KKK. Right. City audits Tea Party. They're coming after the Tea Party because even though it's got rhinos trying to control it, it is what the globalists fear. Right. And so meanwhile, they've got Occupy Wall Street. That's their attempt to try to control and steer the debate towards robbing the state, robbing middle class, instead of getting us out of globalism that is this bondage. Dr. Corsi's our guest. He writes for WorldNetDaily.com. Of course, our website's Infowars.com. Stay with us.
If you're taking 1, 2, 5, or more nutritional supplements, please stop. Simplify your supplementation with Bio Superfood, the most advanced nutritional whole food supplement you can buy. Men, women, children, even Olympic athletes the world over have discovered Bio Superfood from BioAge.com. And now take just one nutritional supplement instead of many. The Bio Superfood formulas are whole food products composed with 4 of the most nutrient-dense algae found on Earth. Bio Superfood for the brain helps with focus, memory, clarity, and mood. If you can increase brain health, the rest of the body is a no-brainer. Bio Superfood has 0 toxicity and is safe for you and your family. Learn more and order your Bio Superfood formulas at BioAge.com, spelled BIOAGE.com, BioAge.com, or call 877-288-9116. That's 877-288-9116. BioAge, the age of advanced organics.
Hey everybody, Alex Jones here. If you're looking for the perfect Christmas gift, listen up. This will make your holiday shopping very easy. This year, give a seed bank from one of our oldest sponsors, Solutions from Science, to your friends and family. Here's why. The Survival Seed Bank will give any friend or loved one the ability to grow a full acre crisis garden of nutritionally dense, life-sustaining food. And the Survival Seed Bank is not just a box of open-pollinated seeds. It's an indestructible, waterproof seed bank that can even be buried if we face a real meltdown. And here's the best part. All the seeds in the Survival Seed Bank go through strict germination testing, so you can be confident you're not buying old seeds. Give a Survival Seed Bank this Christmas by going to survivalseedbank.com. That's survivalseedbank.com. Or you can call 877-327-0365 to give the gift that produces an ongoing supply of life-sustaining food.
The perfect water for drinking, bathing, and cleaning, right at your fingertips? Yes, you can now have the most powerful water ionizer on the market for less than half the price of competitors. The Genesis Platinum Water Ionizer from GibsonsHealth.com creates the perfect drinking water of 9.5 pH, automatically cleans every time you use it, and even tells you when to change filters. Other 7-plate water ionizers are priced at $2,000 or even $3,000. But the Genesis Platinum is only $16.95. Get yours today at GibsonsHealth.com. Under Nutritionals, be sure to click on Essential Oils for aromatic liquids extracted from a broad range of flowers, stems, seeds, and bark. And to really balance your body, click on Go Green, the most complete green drink available, necessary for survival. All this and more are found at GibsonsHealth.com. Call 800-388-6844. That's 800-388-6844 or GibsonsHealth.com. Healthful living since 1974.
Okay, I'll do a little bit of overdrive for callers that are holding. I'm going to get to you. Finishing up with Dr. Corsi. Regardless of which side you're on, I realize this is a lot bigger than Israel, Iran, the United States, England. It is these mega banks who openly finance the fake green movement, the carbon taxes, the world government, Newt Gingrich, all of it. They don't like a true free society, and they're our enemies. And all of these governments love wars because it becomes a political distraction. And I agree with Dr. Corsi. You're about to, I mean, the world is reaching the quickening point. Economically, all of it. They can't deny the depression, any of it. Doc, we'll have to have you back up for a full hour in the near future if you can do it to really flesh all this out. But you've got the bombing of the bases in Pakistan. You've got all this other weirdness going on. How do you see this playing out? You got cut off by the break. You were bringing up a lot of issues. I mean, the fact that they admit that this bill allows the secret arrest of citizens, but they say, oh, well, citizens are exempt, but we can then take that away if we want, and held for life in prison without trial. I mean, it's like waking up in a dystopic movie or something.
Well, I think, Alex, the point I want to get across is that the next 6 months you're going to see the EU, you're going to see the United States be violence in the streets. This is going to go back to the streets. And the intent is to push it into the streets, chaos. Because when chaos occurs, while a war, I think, also breaks out in the Middle East simultaneously. So you got financial collapse. You got people who are threatened, not going to get their pension checks, not going to get their Medicare checks, not going to get whatever from the government. You've got chaos breaking out in the United States. The EU will collapse. And out of this chaos is exactly the formula I think the globalists intend to gain more power, because it will produce fear. When people feel fear, when they're watching on the television set every night, riots, uncontrolled violence, people are going to be willing to give up more rights to government control. We now move the bankers into the position. Take a look at who the new heads of state are in Europe. These technocrats. They're moving the bankers into positions of politicians running these countries in preparation of a banker takeover of the European Union. That's what's going to emerge from the chaos, because the globalists have not given up their dream of a one world government. You know, it'll take chaos to create what they want in terms of a one world government, and we're going through that chaos first stages right now.
And you are 100% right. That is the plan. We're now here, the real birth of world government, where they just go, yeah, it's authoritarian. Yeah, the bankers took over Europe through fraud. So what? The Economist says they know best. Incredible stuff happening here. How do we stop them? I mean, I think we've already done it. For decades, we've known what's going on. We've exposed the program. And I think that they're going to have trouble. They may try to get it in place, but there's no way even an authoritarian secret arrest system is going to be able to enforce this.
I think we're going to get to a point where the United States is closer to breaking up than it's ever been. You know, I think we're at a point of going back to the 10th Amendment. There's some states, some places in the country that are just going to say no. Don't want to participate in this anymore. The only way to deal with it is going to be to opt out of it, to say we're finished with it. You know, United States of America, go your own way. We're Texas. We're whatever state. We're going our way, because it's going to have to be a situation of fighting against the globalists by not allowing power to aggregate
exactly
in governments and in banks, but getting back to individual control of our lives.
Well said. I mean, it's like this. The Russian people aren't bad. The German people aren't bad. They got evil governments. And America has been hijacked by these finance oligarchs. And
who don't read the Constitution and don't care about the Constitution.
Yeah, and who hate it. And, folks, you're going to have to recognize this if America has any hope. Dr. Jerome Corsi, WorldNetDaily.com. Thank you for spending time with us.
My pleasure. Thanks, Alex.
You bet. I'll be on the radio tonight and TV, 7 o'clock, InfoWars Nightly News.
Thank you for listening to GCN. Visit GCNlive.com today.
A very wealthy U.S. citizen is predicting that in 2011, we will witness the most important day in America in more than 50 years. He says it will change everything about our lives. The way you shop, travel, invest, educate your children, and even how you take care of your health and your own family. Now, this man has made some outrageous predictions over the years. The crazy part is, he's usually right. You see, he predicted the collapse of GM, Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac, and America's biggest mall owner, General Growth Properties. In fact, Barron's called his work a dire prophecy. Recently, he created a video, which you can watch online for free, detailing his biggest and most important prediction yet. And it's a real eye-opener. I can't stress this enough. You should at least watch this free video online today. He explains everything you need to know, including simple steps you can take to protect yourself. You can find the video at www.endofamerica3.com. That's endofamerica, the number 3.com. Watch the free video at www.endofamerica3.com. That's endofamerica3.com.
Coast to coast, direct from Austin. You're listening to the Alex Jones Broadcasting Network.
All right, folks, I've done it again. Gone into overdrive so I can talk to some of you. When I get in a hurry, I start stumbling around. I think we all do that. We'll go to Sean and Rodney first because they've been held over here. Sean in New York, thanks for holding her on the air. What's on your mind today?
Hi, Alex. Thanks for taking the time to have me on. I was listening to you and Dr. Corsi and a gentleman that called yesterday who was speaking about how his children were taken through the family courts and CPS because his wife had brain cancer, I believe, or a brain tumor.
I think it was one of the older daughters. I got confused, but yes.
But what you were just saying with Mr. Corsi about how you would think that the governments and the people wouldn't take the steps that are happening right now because you're aware of it. It seems to me, my experience is, these people they really don't even care anymore. I've been inside the family court system for close to 12 years now. You know, people have asked me to sit in their cases. And I see where they just blatantly, they couldn't care less what the law is.
Oh, they lie? You know. They'll take kids and they'll use, I've seen it in cases because I used to have the will to go to these things. It's very painful. I had to stop because it's very painful to watch them feeding on the pain of the families. They'll take a 3-year-old case of another family and with all the fake charges and just sign a new cover sheet with a new name on it and give that to a judge and take your kids. And the judge sits there and laughs and doesn't care because they're usually a big, fat child rapist. I mean, literally, our government's just full of just the most murderous, villainous, child-raping filth. Literal, I don't have words to describe the level of evil. Look at ESPN. They knew about this stuff for a decade, did nothing. You know, the wife of the coach is recorded clandestinely. They confirm it about raping children, and they don't even care. I mean, it's just a nation of demons.
You know, the thing is, you know, like when I tried to point out and when I tried to make other people aware what was happening, not only in my situation, but with other people, everyone thinks that it doesn't apply to them. They say, well, this has no bearing on me.
Yeah, you know, they're selfish scum. That's the beginning of true evil, is not having empathy. And so they think, oh, that guy's dead in the Walmart. I've got some stuff I want to buy. I'm not going to tell anybody he's dead or having a heart attack. I'm so trendy. They think it's a virtue to be into themselves only. And so they don't know what's going to happen to them. And then they squeal and beg when it happens to them, and nobody helps them.
And, Alex, the thing is, it is happening to everyone right now in America. They don't even realize it. Where family courts, CPS, ACS, they started chipping away at people's, it's almost like it was a testing ground.
Oh, no, now they're saying that they're going to take your kids if they're 1 pound overweight. Now they're saying they're going to euthanize you if they want. Just total evil has been released. God bless you. Rodney in New Jersey, you're on the air. Go ahead.
Tomorrow's supposed to be for sure.
Hey, good to hear you. Your audio's real low. Go ahead.
Hello?
Yeah, go ahead.
Hello?
Yes.
Hi, this is Rodney from Parsippany.
Welcome, sir.
Alex, how are you? You know the see something, say something thing they have out?
Yeah, I see a bunch of terrorist government scumbags, yeah.
I see World Trade Center 7 went down. I see the Wachovia is laundering drug money. I see there's no plane wreckage at the Pentagon. You know, I think if everybody started calling up and...
No, I do. Yeah, I've seen Al-Qaeda giving control of Libya.
Why don't we all call up and tell them what we're seeing? And also, on the currency, did you notice that everybody that's on the currency is a martyr or was executed or was fighting the New World Order and these people, the English bankers? Everybody that's on our American currency.
Yeah, it's part of their sick joke to then use their images on the money and control it. We got to get rid of the Federal Reserve. they're trying to destroy us spiritually, so we'll give in to the evil. But you're right. I do see something, and I do say something. That's what this whole show's about. I do see your evil. I am aware of it. I mean, every day another coach, it comes out, and it turns out everybody knows they're raping children, and nobody wants to help them. Well, you know what? I'm here to help people, and it's not because I'm Mr. Goody Two-Shoes or I'm perfect. It's not extraordinary to want to fight evil. It's called survival. I see evil coming at me, I get in fighting position.
Did you know that gold and silver contain healing properties? It's true. Since the beginning of mankind's